Hey everyone, this Fire Phoenix Blaster Valkyrie knockoff was pretty amazing in the end. I mean, the feeling was quite firm. The operation was very smooth, but it was maybe lacking a bit of power, a bit of seal. Let's open it up, check the internal, and fix that seal, and probably upgrade that spring a bit. I'm that old nerve guy. Welcome to Sky. This Xing Shen Fire Phoenix, aka Valkyrie. Now this thing feels incredible. We're gonna check out the internal, see if we can improve that seal. Like with a good seal, I am pretty sure this thing can hit close or above 200 FPS with its own original spring. Then when the seal is made, I'm going to concentrate on testing out another spring. I got a 25N here, same thing I suggested to Milo. I'm going to try it in with a good seal to see what this thing can output. So, to do that, first, you're going to need to access the rear spring door and remove the stock. For this, you just remove the stock completely. And then you got those 3 screws. Fun fact, they include the screwdriver for those 3 screws so you can remove the cap with the blaster. I'm going to use my own because it got a better grip on it, on the screw. And besides this, these 3 little Phillips screw, most of the rest is X, and it's a weird size X that I'm not even sure I have. I think I'm going to open the blaster using the correct size Torx, which is not recommended unless you are very gentle and don't rough any screw on it. So this part is done. Now we have the rear access. We'll just normally I use a 1/4 to go in. And here we have our spring. Let's put that aside for now, because from what I see, we're going to have to remove these 2 purple cap from both hands before we can do any more work on it, and this rail. I don't want to rough up any of the screws, so I go very gently on them, because I want to be able to reassemble my blaster no problem. Okay, this one looks like it's done. This one too. And this one too. Okay. So those rails hold the 2 parts of the shell together. Is there any metal rod in that blaster like the original Valkyrie? The more I'm going through it, the more I doubt it. Then, those 2 caps. Top screw. Okay, it's not that long. Let me leave them in. Okay. Wow. This thing just lifts right up. No wiggling, no jiggling. That's awesome. Okay. I think now the only thing I have to do is finish, like finishing opening everything. Yeah, there is some nuts inside the shell that I see that I'm scared they're going to be loose. So I might glue them to 1/2 of the shell once it's open. But so far a little loose on the tube, but I guess an O-ring in front might hold it in place. Otherwise, this feels nice. Build quality is still up there, in my opinion. Okay, seems like it's coming out slowly but surely. Okay, here we have the barrel. Okay, so this piece holds the barrel in and nothing to seal it in. So we're gonna solve that. That can be a problem. Okay, let me turn the rest of that blaster around. So we're gonna undo this screw. Oops, wrong tip. Okay, so that screw is undone. The hidden screw is undone. Every top part are undone. Okay, I got it. I kind of broke a pin or two on the handle, but the thing will clip back perfect. The thing is, mine was pretty badly clipped and glued in two spots, meaning they don't want us to open it at the base, but I got some solution to reuse some of those posts, like screw posts on this handle, so it's gonna be okay. I got a fix for it. And anyway, it's gonna clip back together pretty tightly with what we have now. Fun fact, there is a piece of metal rod inside of this handle to give it some weight. I would suggest you leave it there because that will help the blaster stay in the right position while you have it. This is one of the posts I broke, but my best guess is if I put it this way all the way to the bottom, and if I pierce a little hole here, I'll be able to put a screw in and there will be no problem to remove it later on. All the screws are undone at the bottom because at the top it's the rail that is holding it. But I'm telling you, okay, this blaster is full of those little nuts into anchor point. This one fell off while removing the handle, and this is the screw that goes there. Basically every screw anchors in those little nuts. Now, I haven't even tried to open it since oh, nice, it's coming. Okay, this thing lifts perfect and not really flexible. This is a rather good shell. Okay, so my best guess is this little nut goes there. Can I remove this thing? Yeah. Okay, this is all put together. This is a massive plunger tube. I mean, this is amazing. There is padding on this, and this is not metal. I was sure it was metal seeing it through the blaster, but it's not. This is plastic, but it's padded, and this O-ring is not efficient whatsoever. We're gonna correct that, meaning probably this one got the same. Yeah, we got loose story for it, and I shall be able to install some kind of a shim to hold the tube in the right position so there's not some wiggling room behind it. Okay, in the end I removed those two O-ring. I put two small green O-ring under this one to lift it up since it's in front, because the channel is very deep inside those parts. I found a black one that was fitting quite perfectly to give me just right enough friction to seal the tube. This one is the same thing, is giving me just right enough friction. And the one interesting is the original one on the dart gate is pretty much sealing on it, so that's a good point. Now let's reassemble everything and see how it fits. Oh, first the barrel. Might not glue it for exactly right now, but I want to see How is it? Okay, it just sit there. For how long? How, for how deep? Uh, quarter inch, maybe. So quarter of an inch inside there. Okay, so now it's in. Let it just sit there. I don't think anything is gonna leak from the other way. Okay, just pretty much lubed up everything, the side of the priming bar, the top of them where they rub on this little dart gate. The glue is half dry, it's gonna be enough for the test. This plunger tube, there is not really any leak because it's moving like a millimeter back and forth. The plunger is stuck in. My pusher is fully sealed the way it is right now. I've put some brand new lube inside that thing. Now let's close that shell, and hopefully it will be as good as before and more. Everything seems to be in its place. Well, all assembled and holding up its seal pretty much. My guess is it's gonna go down a tiny bit in power because the seal is very good on it. So that means I might lose a bit of FPS because the stock spring is not very strong. Nonetheless, I'm gonna try it, and then we're gonna swap spring with my cut down 25N, and then we're gonna have bolt result. But my best guess is it was around 175 FPS with Bamboo 2.0. My guess is around 160, 165. And with the 25N, I am pretty sure I am going to cross the 250 FPS mark with that blaster. I will be very surprised not to. The tube is very big. The only thing that will limit us is the length of the barrel. Without losing any more time, chronograph test. Let's shoot a couple Bamboo 2.0 on the stock spring, and then we're going to try on the new upgraded spring. Dry fire. Okay, so 7 of them giving me an average of 164, minimum of 160 even, and maximum of 169.5. Not really far from where I was. For the spring swap, super easy, exactly like before. You remove that yellow cap. You will have this little quick release. I have cut down and squared myself 25 and maybe a coil longer, doesn't really matter. It's a tiny bit harder to push in than before, but not that much really. Let's put that cap probably as a safety. Okay, spring is swapped. I put like 7 or 8 dart inside. Let me... Oh, this is a stiff spring. I put 1 full coil more than the stock length of the spring. Maybe it was too much. 262. 265. 265 again. 271. 262, 271 again, 265. That is something. I don't want to dry fire it, but on Bamboo 2.0 we got a 266.3 average. Wow. Let me continue this average to see how much it would go down with, let's say, some max dart inside. I have to say the prime is quite stiff and the trigger is way more heavy. Okay, so it's just a tiny bit lower. It's not that much. So it's a 250 FPS plus blaster with a good seal and a 25 end spring. Quite a heavy prime, but this blaster is amazing. Wow. I mean, just wow. This thing can achieve 271.9 FPS. This is outstanding. Okay, I have to give it to you. The prime is quite more firm, but the performance are there. Plus, now I got a seal on it, which improves it a lot. No, I will still recommend this blaster. I mean, for the price, this is a good look into the Valkyrie platform. A lot simpler, maybe not as strong as a real Valkyrie. I mean, there is no metal rod going through it, and the handle is kind of hard to work on. I mean, once you will get it off cleanly, hopefully better than me, you will be able to put it back like quite firmly on it. I might have to put a screw on mine. I broke one too many clip inside, but normally you should be able to remove it if you put a little less force than me on it. No, this blaster is constructed very well. In the end, I changed the O-ring on the pusher, I changed the O-ring on the plunger. I didn't change the O-ring on the chamber because it was still sealing pretty good. I lubed up the priming bar where they were rubbing, and I put a cut down 25 end spring inside that I squared up the end. I noticed that the plunger tube is pretty much the same size and same diameter as with the Disassembling Valkyrie, meaning probably the CNC pusher and plunger might fit into this one, but that's gonna be for another video. In the meantime, you can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at That Old Nerd Guy. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit that bell to stay notified for my latest video. This was Dave Fatag. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.